Coming up on R&B Reviews, Disney and Steven Spielberg joined forces on bringing one of Roald Dahl's beloved stories to the big screen. It's my review of the BFG. Hello, I'm Rob, and welcome to R&B Reviews. The BFG is a unique movie project because it's being released by Walt Disney Pictures and directed by Steven Spielberg. And the reason why I say unique is because Steven Spielberg is one of the co-founders of DreamWorks Pictures, which has its own animation department just like Disney, and for many years they've rivaled each other in that market. Together they've created The Big Friendly Giant, the BFG, which is based on a book by children's author Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, and James and the Giant Peach. The BFG follows a girl named Sophie who lives in an orphanage. She's played by newcomer Ruby Barnhill. Sophie is kidnapped one night by a giant and taken to Giantland where, you guessed it, it's inhabited by giants. However, despite his intimidating appearance, he's actually a kind and caring person. The giant is played by stage actor Rylance, who recently won an Academy Award for his performance in The Bridge of Spies, another Spielberg production. The giant is actually considered to be an outcast by the others because he's smaller, and unlike them, he refuses to eat children, and I would say he's better behaved than the others. From this, Sophie and the BFG strike up a friendship, and together they must stop these mean, bad giants once and for all. The BFG, I thought, was a movie that had its heart in the right place, but for me it didn't completely come together like I was hoping that it would. Some of the things that I did like about this movie was the themes of diversity and standing up for yourself and bullying. I thought the audiences could really connect to, and I really liked the acting from the two lead characters, especially Rylance. Even though his performance is done through motion capture, I thought it was terrific, from the way he spoke and some of the mannerisms. It really came through. The movie had some very nice comedic moments throughout, and the movie did have some visuals that were really good to look at. I really liked the moments where Sophie and the giant are talking to each other rather than some of the plot points of the movie. The two really have a great friendship bond, and it does come through. But sometimes when I was watching the BFG, I kept thinking that there were moments where I felt like kind of like an outsider just watching this movie and not really feeling involved. I kept thinking, there's a lot of moments where there should be some wow factor. It's magical, it looks fantastic on the big screen, but for some reason it worked for some moments than with others. For me, my favorite part of the movie has got to be the last third of the film. There's a lot of great moments here and there, and that's for me where the movie kind of came alive for me. When I was watching this movie, I thought of past techniques, and when I mean that, I mean watching the motion captured giants. I thought of, for example, forced perspective, a technique used many years ago where, for example, Disney made a live-action movie called Darby O'Gill and the Little People, which is a movie about regular people interacting with leprechauns, and forced perspective was, even if the actors were the same height, the camera and the sets were structured so one would look big and the other one would work little. And we've had some technological advancements where an actor can stand in front of a blue or green screen and he could get shrunk or be made big accordingly. So I kept thinking, if they had done something like this instead of motion capture and maybe looked a little bit more like real people, I kept thinking, maybe some of these things would have came across a little bit better. Still, I think compared to some other family films that have come out in recent years, I think this one would make a nice, enjoyable event for the whole family. It's for the most part clean, except for a few fart jokes, but unlike other movies where they're kind of put in for a quick laugh, it really kind of fits the movie pretty well. But for me, it's not quite a fantastic movie, and I don't think I would rank it among as one of Spielberg's best movies. But I think the positive themes are good. I like the two lead characters, and there were some moments that I thought worked better than others. So for me, I'm going to give the BFG a mild see it in theaters rating. Alright, well that's my review of the movie. Go ahead and let me know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you not like it?